Fort Stockton, named for Lieutenant Edward Dorsey Stockton, was established by the United States Army on January 17, 1859, at Comanche Springs for the protection of the mail service, travelers, and freighters. Comanche Springs was a favorite rest stop on the Comanche War Trail into Mexico, the upper and lower San Antonio, El Paso, San Diego roads, the Butterfield Overland Mail Route, and the San Antonio, Chihuahua Freight Wagon Trail, and near the Pecos River, New Mexico Road. The Confederates took possession of the fort at the outbreak of the Civil War, but Captain Arthur T. Lee abandoned the post in April 1861. On June 26, the post was reoccupied by Confederate Captain Charles L. Pyron in command of Company B, 2nd Regiment, Texas Mounted Rifles. It was abandoned once again in August of 1862 after General Henry H. Sibley's defeat in New Mexico. General Edward Hatch, with an outstanding record as a cavalry commander, was assigned command of the 9th United States Cavalry, a regiment of black troops called Buffalo Soldiers. Buffalo Soldiers was the name given by the Plains Indians. Initially, all of the black regiments were commanded by white officers. They participated in most of the major frontier campaigns of the period and distinguished themselves in action against the Cheyenne, Kiowa, Comanche, Apache, Sioux, and Arapaho Indians. They were an important component of the frontier army. 13 enlisted men from the 4 regiments earned the Medal of Honor during the Indian Wars, as did 6 officers, and a further 5 enlisted men won that decoration during the Spanish-American War. On July 21, 1867, in ruins after the Civil War, Fort Stockton was again reoccupied by the 9th United States Cavalry. General Hatch rebuilt the fort on a large and more permanent basis. Except for the stone guardhouse, the buildings had stone foundations, adobe walls, and dirt roofs. The troops quartered at the post were used for patrols, escorts, and scouts, largely against the Apaches. By providing protection to travelers and settlers, Fort Stockton was allowed to establish a thriving community. In 1868, Peter Gallagher bought the land that included the military garrison in Comanche Springs, platted 160 acres for a town site named St. Gal, and established 2 stores at Comanche Springs. By 1870, the St. Gal region had a population of 420 civilians, predominantly Irish, German, and Mexican Catholics who had come by way of San Antonio. When Pecos County was organized in 1865, St. Gal became the county seat. The name, however, was never popular with the citizens, and on August 13, 1881, it was changed officially to Fort Stockton. Since their abandonment by the military in 1886, some of the officers' quarters have been continuously used for residences.